Matt, this is probably a very interesting thing in the whole predicament that the world is in at the moment because smartphones, we all touch them, we all know them, but how many people have considered how many germs are on them at the moment?
What a great place to breed some germs. First of all, you put the phone near your mouth. So you're talking, you're breathing straight onto it. And obviously we're talking about 1.5 metre distance. I reckon they're about 1.5 millimetres from your mouth when you're talking. And then as soon as you take it away from your mouth, the next thing you do is you take your fingers and you swipe your fingers all over the phone. So all those germs from your mouth have gone straight to your phone, then onto your fingers. And of course, then you touch someone else, or you shake hands, or you pick up someone else's phone. So what a great spot to breed some germs on there. So I'd highly recommend in this time with this uncharted territory that we have with COVID-19 to actually take some precautions and clean your phone. And it's not something you do very often. You normally don't worry about your phone, but there's some pretty good ways to clean your phone. If you've got one of the latest phones out now, they're all IP67 or IP68 compliant. So that means you can actually put it under a gentle running tap, which is a really weird concept to actually go and stick it under a tap. It's not the thing that you think is natural with a phone, but you can go and put it under a tap, you can rinse it off, just use a light lint-free cloth to rinse it off, but I'd also add just a dash of detergent because we know that the coronavirus, and in fact any bacteria, will stick to surfaces, but the bit of detergent doesn't kill the actual germ, but it makes the surface slippery, so it slides off it. So a dash of detergent, a bit of running water, wash it off, and if you haven't got a phone that's IP67 or 68 compliant, then I just use one of those standard window cleaners. I won't say brand names, of course. Make sure you squirt that window cleaner on the cloth, not on your phone, and then wipe it over. And those window cleaners have got a bit of detergent, and they've also got a substance that allows it to evaporate very quickly, so you're not going to get liquid into your phone. So a couple of quick tips there, but good ideas at the moment just to keep that phone clean.
Can we just clarify before everyone goes and sticks their phone under a tap? Because I'm worried someone's going to go chuck a flip phone or some prepaid Alcatel thing under it. Look, I'm worried here. Please don't blame me if you do. Just pause for a minute. Matt, which phones can you kind of stick under a tap if you want?
So just absolutely good idea. Thank you for that.
Yeah, we need the clarity, mate. Clarity.
That's right. I would clarify on the website, but to give you some examples, the latest iPhone. So if you've got an iPhone 11, an iPhone 11 Pro, last year's iPhones, iPhone X, XS, those sort of phones, those recent iPhones, they're all IP67 or 68 compliant. And the latest Samsung's a phone. So if you've got a Samsung Galaxy S20, which is only just out a week ago, or a Galaxy S10, for example, which came out last year. So if you've got one of the latest flagship phones that's come out in the last 2 years, then they're going to be okay. But again, I would just simply jump on the website, make sure that you know the model of phone you've got, jump on their website and have a look. And what you're looking for is IP67 or IP68 compliant phone. And that they vary in terms of how deep it can go underwater and how long it can go underwater. But in essence, both of those can have gentle running water with it going over it. And again, be careful, don't turn the tap on flat out because that water pushing into some of those openings on the phone can still penetrate that. So it's just meant to be gentle running water.
Can we, I'm going to clarify this because people are going to go around going, the guy on the radio told me I could put the phone under the tap, and then we're going to have all sorts of hurly-burly going around here. If you do it gently, but we do advise it is at your own risk. I'm not taking any liability here. But look,
you don't want someone turning up tomorrow with 50 people turning up with their phones going, "You wrecked my phones, what are you doing to me?"
See me in the street and go, you're the one that I can't make phone calls with. So
that's right.
Yeah. Just look gently, even just wet the cloth. I mean, even if you wet the cloth and a little bit of detergent, like that should be okay to kind of get the germs off. And if you are going to use a window cleaner kind of thing, just spray it on the cloth. Look, that's the best.
Yeah, that's right. But I wouldn't put water, if it was a phone that wasn't water resistant, I wouldn't actually put water on the cloth, Andrew. I'd actually make sure that I use one of those window type cleaners because they're designed to have any liquid there evaporate very quickly. But if you put a bit of water on the cloth on a phone that's not going to be water resistant and wipe it over, it only takes a little bit of that water to squeeze out and get between the keys or get into one of those openings, and suddenly you've got some water ingress there. So I just if I was going to use a cloth, or if you want to be safe and ignore the under the tap part altogether, spray a bit of that window type cleaner onto a cloth and then wipe over your phone.
Yeah, good. Being Greek, Windex fixes everything. You just spray it on everything, it just kind of works, the Windex.
Well, I was trying to avoid using brand names, but certainly Windex is a very common and very popular one of those type of products.
Yeah, I know. We're a commercial organisation here, Matt. That's fine. We'll drop brand names. You've mentioned Samsung, Apple, it's fine.
It's my ABC habits, I think. I'm very conscious on the ABC never to mention a brand name.
Yeah, no, I get it. Corona is the big topic at the moment, and look, hackers are starting to prey on the fears of everyone for COVID-19. I know I've seen there's some tech scams going around at the moment, but look, if the hackers are going to find a way to have a go at you, they're going to find any means, aren't they, Matt?
It's a pretty disappointing part of human nature, isn't it, that you've got scammers out there, and COVID-19 is going to be a terrible thing for the world. It is already and will continue to be. Yet you've got people out there preying on people's insecurities, their fears. So what a terrible situation to have. But just be aware of it. There are phishing scams out there. There are people out there who are trying to send you a variety of emails, and they're saying things like COVID-19 cure, self-test kit for COVID-19. I saw one that came through that was COVID-19 tax refund. I don't know how you get a tax refund and COVID-19 mixed together, but again, it's focusing on those things that people are attracted to, people are trying to get there. So in essence, really, the important thing is just with any of these sort of emails, anything that happens, be very skeptical. Make sure you apply a huge dose of common sense, huge dose of just skepticism in general, I suppose, and make sure you just think about it. If there are any links in any of these emails, make sure that those links you hover over before you click on. If there are attachments there, make sure you look at those attachments and just see if they're a valid attachment. If you're not expecting an attachment, ignore it. But when you've got things like Excel spreadsheets, when you've got things like WinZip files or executables, obviously they're all things that scammers use to try and basically infect your system with something. So just be really aware of that. There are some very sad individuals out there, and they're trying to take advantage of COVID-19.
You know what I'm waiting on? I'm waiting for the robotic caller to ring me and have Anne from the NBN tell me that my NBN is affected by COVID-19.
That's right. It's a virus, isn't it? So it must make sense that they're all related.
I know, right? I just thought of that. There we go. Because it's going to get to that stage. If you already can get money from COVID-19, someone's going to tell you your NBN's infected. It's. I wonder if if they're going to bring up and tell you that you've had a car accident due to COVID-19. That's the other
that's
scandal
right. I did see one the other day, and I'm happy to dispel this rumour on your or this myth, if you like, on your radio station first. 5G is not the cause of COVID-19.
Oh my gosh, I've seen that one too.
That 5G is the cause of all problems in the world, including COVID-19, apparently.
COVID-19 was invented to take the distraction away from everyone putting up 5G. Yes.
Exactly right. Exactly it.
Clear right. Yeah, no, that is not the reason everyone got COVID-19. People are getting COVID-19 seriously.
Yep.
All right, here we go. Now, I love how technology kind of eases modern life. And Goodyear, they've come up with a new tyre concept, Matt. Tell everyone what it is.
Well, it is nice that we're solving first world problems. Changing tyres in your car every, say, 40,000 or 50,000 kilometres, what a hassle. And with the advent of electric cars, they're so low on maintenance that tyre manufacturers are trying to work out how they can make their tyres lower maintenance. And of course, what mainly happens with the tyre, apart from maybe the occasional puncture, is that the tread wears out. So Goodyear have got a new tyre concept where you can actually inject a polymer into the middle of the tyre, and that polymer actually squeezes out and replaces your tread. So as your tread wears out, you can actually have it replaced without replacing the entire tyre. It just sounds incredible to me, but this polymer comes out, sets hard, and then is part of your tread. And to make it easier for people to grasp the concept, the way I've thought about it is a bit like a lip balm. A lip balm, you use it on your lips, it wears out a bit, you just turn the knob at the bottom, a bit more lip balm comes out, and you keep using it. And that's essentially the way they're looking at tyres and the tyre of the future, where the tread will regrow using this polymer substance at the middle of the tyre.
Oh, this is brilliant because I've been lucky in my driving life. I've only really had one tyre let go on me in a car, and it was in the most remote place. I was driving from Broken Hill to Mildura. And anyone who's been out there, it is 260 k's of nothing. And of course, what happened to me? I had the middle of a retread blow on me, 60 k's out of Broken Hill. Middle of nowhere. Tried to get the bloody thing off in 40-degree weather. It was December, so it was like 46 degrees or something. I couldn't get the bugger off. I seriously waited on the side of the road for a guy who finally stopped an hour later and kind of helped me get this tyre off, and I limped back to Broken Hill to get a new tyre. It was...
Meanwhile, you're writing out your last will and testament on the side of the road, ready to expire completely.
I could see the crows circling above, you know what I mean? Like they were looking at me going, he's a goner, he's not getting that off. There's no way in the world he's getting that off. So I'm loving this. If I could pre-order half a dozen of those right now, I'd be a good year's first customer.
Look, and the saddest part is that there might be some tyre businesses that go out of business, although there will be a market there to sell the polymer to put inside the tyre. I don't think that we're going to see the local tyre place go broke tomorrow. This is certainly a concept plan from Goodyear at the moment. But again, the great part is that there are companies out there trying to work on new solutions. We thought tyres were pretty much done. We thought all the research that had been done over the last 130 years on pneumatic tyres was pretty much done and dusted. But there's still more research and more technology being injected into tyres, literally.